First thing you want to do is get your idle stopper out of its package. Now it has two connectors, two black, one black there, and two white. I'll show you how to hook those up and how to take this console apart. You're only going to need two tools. First is a Phillips screwdriver. Second is a pry tool if you want. You really don't need it, but it does come in handy. So first thing we're going to do is take this side trim panel here and just grab it by the bottom here and just pull it straight toward us. It's really lightly clipped in. It doesn't take much force to loosen it. You don't have to unplug anything. You can just leave it sitting here on the side like that. Next thing we're going to do is the same on the other side. So this side also comes off pretty easy. Just pull it toward you. It's basically all clips. Now you can choose to leave it like this. You can also take it off all the way at the end and move it out of your way. You don't have to unplug it. I just kind of lay it over to the side like such. That way it's not pulling on the harness back there. Next thing we're going to do is take the 4 screws out of the console. All right, so now we've got the 4 screws out, this panel will pop straight off. You can pull it from the top here. I would recommend just pushing your fingers on here and just pulling straight out. So now that we've got this panel loose, you can set it over to the side to get to the back of the idle stop switch here. We're going to unplug the idle stop switch connector right there. So now that we've got that unplugged, you just set that over to the side. And the next thing we're going to do is unplug the power socket connector, which is right here. We'll just unplug that. Undo our wire tie on our idle stopper. I'm going to take the black connector right here, and we're going to plug this into the power socket where we just unplugged that black connector. It's a T shape. It only fits together one way, so you can't plug it in wrong. And now that we've got that plugged in, we'll take the other end that we unplugged earlier, and we will take the end we unplugged earlier and plug it into the end with the copper terminals. We're just going to plug that in here. Again, T-shape, only fits one way. So there will be a gap when you connect this one up, and that is normal. What we're going to do is take this foam from the idle stopper package right here, and we're going to wrap it around this connection right here. That way it doesn't make contact with anything we don't want it to. So we'll undo the foam, and we're just going to wrap it and cover up that gap in those connectors. All right, next thing we're going to do is take our white connector, and we're going to plug our idle stop switch wire that we unplugged into our white connector, just like that. And then the other end, we will plug right into the bottom of the idle stop switch, like that. And then we will bunch all of this up together. You can use the other piece of foam that came with the module, or you can just zip tie it all to this harness right here. That way it doesn't rattle around. But after that, we can start up the car then, before we put everything back together. So let's start this thing up. Get the camera situated over here. All right, so what we're gonna do is count to about 5 to 7 seconds, and the idle stop off light should illuminate on its own. There it is right there, right? White light above the green. And that let us know that everything was working fine. And if you want to, you can press the button and make sure it turns on and off with the button to make sure the button functions as well. So now that we know that's working, we can shut the ignition back off and we can put everything back together. So 4 screws, and then the 2 trim pieces will line up when you have them right in the hole, and you just basically push them forward. They're really, really easy to get back in and out. So that's it. Enjoy your idle stop free life.